What up, it's Dane here. In this video, I'm going to be telling you more about refeeds and should you be doing them or not. So what exactly are refeed days? So basically, refeed days are just a 24-hour period where you increase the carbohydrates, keep the protein and fat the same. And when doing this, you just eat at maintenance calories. Okay, this might be a bit common sense, but obviously your maintenance calories will be different prior to fat loss compared to being 6 weeks into the diet. You obviously need to adjust your calories accordingly. Okay, so it's really important to understand the evolutionary standpoint when we're trying to lose fat. When we go on a fat loss diet, our body is fighting against ourselves because we are dieting out of choice. So basically what it's going to do is going to try its best in order to conserve as much energy as possible. Jeez man, what's going on with your lisp? This meaning a lot of hormones will be manipulated, especially leptin. Okay, so leptin is the starvation hormone and it is produced in your fat cells accordingly to the fat storage. Obviously, if you have a lot of fat storage, then your leptin levels will be high. However, when you start dieting to lean levels, to lower levels of body fat, your leptin will drop loads. Its basic role is just basically to regulate the energy balance when you're on a starvation mode. If your hypothalamus, which is a part of your brain, senses a decrease in leptin, it will increase appetite. From an evolutionary standpoint, this makes so much sense when you really think about it. Your body is trying to motivate you to find this food, to consume these calories, therefore you gain more fat, therefore you feel better, you have more energy. Although a brief overfeeding does actually show that it will increase leptin levels, not all macronutrients actually do this, like I said at the start of the video. Okay, so carbohydrates are the most important macronutrient when it comes to increasing leptin. Protein doesn't really do much and nor does fat. Basically, dieting just sucks. Okay, should you give up refeed days, yes or no? Okay, so although leptin doesn't have that much effect on energy expenditure and basically what everyone thinks is a magic hormone that you can just increase in 24 hours, it does however have two other benefits. Number one is mental relief, and that's so important. And number two is obviously replenish the glycogen. Okay, so obviously when you're dieting, your muscles become glycogen depleted. This being when you go into the gym, you do not have as much energy to sustain a high intensity, and therefore as well, or not therefore, but you lose muscle fullness, meaning this refeed day will actually get that fullness back a little bit, but not totally obviously. So when you refeed on carbohydrates, your muscle and liver cells will definitely replace their glycogen stores through the excess glucose. So basically when you refeed on carbohydrates, your muscle and liver cells will store excess glucose coming from the carbohydrates and then storing as glycogen to replenish the damn glycogen. One thing to point out as well, for those people that are worrying about refeed, you will not gain loads of fat in this one day, especially being in a hypocaloric condition for so long, unless obviously you take extreme action and do like a 20k calorie challenge, or maybe if you're feeling a bit feisty, 50k calorie challenge. Okay, let's get into some psychological benefits. Okay, so when you actually increase your leptin levels, it will help to regulate your appetite, and in fact it will actually decrease hunger. Okay, a bit similar to the cheat day, having a refeed day is actually really important, because when you go on a diet and you're constantly hungry, you can't actually look forward to this only one day where you can actually refeed and eat more carbs, because most people all love carbs. So in a way it actually helps you to adhere to the diet for longer. So coming towards the end of the video, based on the current literature and the science-based evidence, scientific community, whatever you want to call this increasing the leptin levels just in 24 hours, having this one refeed day has basically been a bit overhyped when it came to the fat loss benefits. Okay, just to make it very clear, to structure a refeed day, you want to keep your protein and fats the same while increasing your carbohydrate intake and your energy needs meeting your current weight. Probably the most important part of the video is that different individuals will respond differently to different carbohydrate intakes. Some people might actually prefer larger refeed days and feel a lot better and then therefore stick to the diet for a lot longer. Some people may respond the complete opposite. So again, it does all come to individual preference, like most things do when it comes to diet and nutrition. Okay, to sum all of this up, the main benefits of the refeed days are basically to increase your jump performance, because you do now have more carbohydrates, and secondly the psychological benefits, the mental relief of just having some carbohydrates for once. So that's basically the refeed days. If you enjoyed the video, you already know what to do down below. Subscribe to the channel for more informative videos, my diet, nutrition. You already know the deal, building muscle. That's it. Stay positive, stay smiling. Let's get a refeed day in, not a 10k calorie challenge like I used to do. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and those of you wondering why I haven't got a shirt on, is I just came out of the shower and I couldn't be bothered to put one on, because this is a fitness channel at the end of the day.